Understand about the phenomenon of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, as I told you previously, involves two different types of reactions, namely the light reaction and the second one the dark reaction. Now here let us first understand about the changes happening during light reaction. The name itself is telling us the detail. Light reaction means it is occurring in the presence of sunlight. Now let us take a look at what is actually happening during sunlight. The phenomenon of photophosphorylation is taking place during the presence of sunlight. Photophosphorylation. Have a look at this. What do we mean by phosphorylation? Addition of inorganic phosphate is called phosphorylation. Inorganic phosphate is often written as Pi, where P indicates phosphorus, I indicates inorganic. So therefore addition of inorganic phosphate is called phosphorylation, and if this happens in the presence of sunlight, means photons, that means sunlight, then it is called by the name as photophosphorylation. To where is this inorganic phosphate getting added? It is getting added to a molecule called ADP. ADP adds with this inorganic phosphate. What is this ADP? Adenosine diphosphate. Adenosine diphosphate is ADP. Means it is containing two phosphate already with it. When the third one adds to it, so it becomes ATP, energy rich molecule, namely adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate, energy rich molecule. So what happens during light reaction is they synthesize adenosine triphosphate as well as another energy rich molecule, namely NADPH2. Either it can be written like this or else it can be written as NAD, H plus and H. This can be written like this. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. So this is this representation we are talking about the same molecule, and this is also energy rich molecule. One molecule of NADPH2 can give in turn 3 molecules of ATP. So one molecule of NADPH2 can in turn give 3 ATP molecules. So therefore this is also a energy rich molecule. So during the light reaction of photosynthesis, actually what is happening is at the molecular level, these energy rich molecules are getting synthesized by using sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water. Now let us have a look at how exactly is this happening. As we learned in the structure of chloroplast, the presence of the thylakoids. This is a skeletal diagrammatic representation of a thylakoid enlarged. Thylakoid is also a membranous structure, and the inner lumen of the thylakoid is called loculi, and the thylakoids now extend as the fret channels to meet the other grana. Now here, whatever is placed here are called by the name as quantasomes. They are called as the quantasomes. They are the sunlight trapping components, namely the pigments. Already we learned about the accessory and the primary pigment. We are just talking about them. Then in the membrane of the thylakoid also we find the presence of this light harvesting complex. In the membrane of the thylakoid also we find the presence of the light harvesting complex. LHC is their short form. Now these are the accessory pigments. They are arranged always like this. Now they trap the sunlight, and how will they be transmitting this energy, whatever they have trapped from the sunlight, they will be transported like this, and this energy would be transmitted to chlorophyll A. Only chlorophyll A can convert the light energy into chemical energy. Only this chlorophyll A is having the unique ability to convert the light energy into chemical energy. What is that chemical energy that we are talking about? It's about the bond formation that would be taking place. In order to convert ADP to ATP, there would be a chemical bond formed between ADP and the inorganic phosphate. For the formation of that chemical bond, it requires energy, and that energy is given by this chlorophyll A, which would be having the energy rich electron, which would be excited and released from the chlorophyll molecule, and that on its way back will convert the ADP to ATP by making a bond between ADP and inorganic phosphate. Similarly, the bond would be formed between the NAD with the hydrogen by again utilizing this chemical energy that would be given out by these electrons. This photophosphorylation will be taking two types of paths. One path is called the cyclic photophosphorylation. The other path is called the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now, what is this cyclic photophosphorylation? Cyclic photophosphorylation. What do we mean by this? The name itself is giving us an idea that the path traced by the electron in this case is cyclic. Means it will return back to the same chlorophyll molecule from which it has got ejected. So if the path traced is cyclic, then it is called by the name as cyclic. And you know why it is called as photophosphorylation? Because it is making the phosphorylation to happen by utilizing the sunlight. Actually, what happens is during the daylight, when the sunlight falls on the green plants and upon the chlorophyll molecule, different photosystems have been found to be present. Prominent among them are photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Photosystem 1 in short is written as PS1, or else can also be written as PS700. What does this mean? It means it is this chlorophyll molecule, of course chlorophyll A molecule, which is having the ability to trap sunlight having a wavelength of 700 nanometers. So what do we mean by PS700? It means the chlorophyll A molecule under consideration is having the ability to trap the sunlight of the wavelength 700 nanometers. Then we do have another photosystem, namely photosystem 2, or else PS680. Now what does this mean? Yes, you are right. It means this chlorophyll A molecule is having the ability to trap the sunlight suiting the wavelength of 680 nanometers. So like that, different photosystems have been recognized. So while writing the cyclic photophosphorylation, one should bear in mind cyclic photophosphorylation is happening in the photosystem 1 or photosystem 700. So which is written in the form of cycle. So let us take a look at the cycle and understand the changes. So during daylight, during sunlight or during the daylight, and sunlight falls on chlorophyll A, which is also called as photosystem 700 or photosystem 1. Any of this representation can be used. I have written all only to explain you that they are all the same. For you, I will write in your test or exam. So take care, just even if you write any one representation, it is fine. So when they absorb the sunlight which falls on this chlorophyll, and where is this chlorophyll A? I told you, they are present in the membranes of the thylakoids. They are present in the membranes of the thylakoids. So when sunlight falls on them, the valence electron gets excited by absorbing the energy from sunlight. The electron gets excited. Now, it is the electron which is present in the outermost shell. So, it has no other place to move. Then it gets expelled from this chlorophyll A. Now, what happens? The two electrons gets ejected out from this chlorophyll A. Now, what happens to this? They will be passing through a series of electron acceptors, and on their way they will come in contact with ADP molecules, adenosine diphosphate molecules, and convert these ADP molecules into ATP. Now let us take a look at it. First, this electron which is getting ejected out from this chlorophyll A or photosystem 1 would be accepted by an unknown acceptor whose name is not known, so I have not written that. The second acceptor would be this FRS, ferredoxin reducing substance. Ferredoxin reducing substance in short form is written as FRS. So it will be accepting these two electrons. Now this FRS which has accepted the electrons will pass these two electrons to another electron acceptor, namely ferredoxin. FD means ferredoxin. Now from ferredoxin the electron will be accepted by site